President Donald Trump is facing intensifying political heat after his explosive Sunday Truth Social post targeting Iran. Now, a post that was not just fiery but also laced with expletives and direct threats of military action. Just a while ago, Donald Trump defended his post, saying fiery words were needed to make a larger point to Iran. The message that was posted on Easter Sunday warned Iran to reopen the Strait of Hormuz or face with foul and derogative language. In fact, he's even threatened strikes on Iran's critical infrastructure like power plants and bridges. After the post, several critics, including insiders as well as lawmakers, reportedly began calling for considering Section 4 of the 25th Amendment of the U.S. Constitution, with several commentators demanding his impeachment. Democratic Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer wished Americans on Easter as he lambasted Trump, saying that the President of the United States is, quote, ranting like an unhinged madman on social media. In fact, Schumer added that Trump was threatening possible war crimes and alienating allies, and that the country deserved so much better. Not just him, Democrat leader Bernie Sanders also echoed similar tones, pointing out Trump's remarks as ravings of a dangerous and mentally unbalanced individual. He also called upon Congress to act so the war could end. While Senator Tim Kaine of Virginia, also a Democrat, noted that it was not the first time that the 79-year-old Trump had used stark language. Kaine said that explicit threats to bomb Iran into Stone Age are embarrassing and juvenile, suggesting that there was a clear absence of plan and rationale within the Trump administration. So what is this provision? Let's tell you. And why is it suddenly at the center of a fiery political debate in Washington? Well, Section 4 of the 25th Amendment provides a constitutional mechanism to remove a president who is deemed unfit to discharge the duties of office. Now, it can be triggered by the vice president and a majority of the cabinet, who formally declare the president as incapable. And once that happens, the vice president immediately becomes the acting president. Now, the president can challenge this decision, but if that happens, the final call shifts to the Congress. The roots of this amendment go back to a moment of national trauma, the assassination of John F. Kennedy back in 1963. It exposed a critical gap in the American Constitution. What happens if a president is unable to serve but cannot declare it? In response, the Congress proposed this amendment in 1965. Section 4 was specifically designed for situations where a president is incapacitated but unwilling or unable to step aside. But this powerful provision, remember, comes with serious concerns. Critics warn that it could be politically misused, not just for incapacity, but to remove an unpopular leader as well. There is no clear definition of what inability actually means, leaving room for subjective interpretation. The process itself raises questions. The vice president and the cabinet who stand to gain power are the ones who initiate it. And strikingly, there is no formal role for medical experts, making this a deeply political and not purely medical decision. And this is why Section 4 remains the most debated and sensitive part of the 25th Amendment. The American Constitution does not clearly define incapacity. It can include serious physical or mental inability to govern. It may also extend to extreme situations like capture or disappearance during war. But ultimately, the term is left intentionally vague, allowing flexibility, but also opening the door to dispute. Now, calls to invoke Section 4 against President Trump may be growing, but the reality is that Section 4 is an extraordinary constitutional tool designed for extreme circumstances and not every political crisis.